Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm stoked you guys are here. First off, real quick shout out to the channel members. Thank you all so much. And thank you for anyone who comes in and just previews, watches, checks out my knife, my ADC content. It means more to me than you know. And if ever you're so inclined and you have the time, if you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, it doesn't cost a penny and helps me out huge. Today we've got a really cool review overview brought to us by my local buddy who on Instagram is A2ZEDC, A-T-O-Z-E-D-C. He's on Instagram. He's a local buddy of mine, has a really cool collection. And let me bring this knife in because I'm actually sending it out with a couple of other knives to a buddy when he has a break to get reground, hint hint. But this is a Hinderer XM-18 flipperless Wharnclife. Guys, this knife is an absolute joy in the hand. He has put a smooth tie scale on it. He has put copper hardware kind of to accent the stone washed, but it is a slicey beast. Get some paper. And it's going to be a more slicey beast. I'm really not sure why he's having it reground. I say that, but I'm thinking about sending my half track out to have it reground because Brother Satu is, as far as I'm concerned, the most talented artisan in the game when it comes to making a great knife better, and I trust him with all my knives. So he's going to be getting A to Z's Hinderer, A to Z's Pena, Bravo. He's going to be getting my 8010 and my Hinderer half track, Wharnclife. But this Wharnclife in the in A to Z's, if I'm not mistaken, and he can leave a comment on this if I am, I don't think this is a factory. I think it's a mod. So let's look at my clips, which is a factory. Yeah, see the clips has a little tri-way system for the bearings right here. This was a flipper mod. You can't tell the difference. Hell, it was done so well. So there's nothing you could tell except for the fact that this little tri-way system is typically on the flipper, which on this model was deleted. So this is an Eclipse, my only flipperless, and then this is a modded XM-18 Wharnclife, which is the full size, the 3.5 inch. I have one XM-18. I have a spear or a Spanto. So the Wharnclife is going to be the same size. This is a stonewash, or this is a, I guess it's called, I don't know what they call this blade. Maybe satin. This is stonewashed S45 20 CV. A to Z also has the commemorative little badge in there for his for the clip, whereas I just got the little plain one that came with the Hinderer. So he's jazzed this one up a little bit. I think it was pretty much like this when he bought it. He bought it this way, but the choil is delicious. The grip is fantastic. When I picked up my 3-inch Hinderer XM-18 Warnie, I thought at the time, because I just picked up, I had a 3.5 inch XM-18. I had my first 3-inch XM-18, which was my first Hinderer that I picked up from Dark Gravity. And so I thought, and I still think I do for my hand and for my EDC carry, I like the size of the smaller one personally for me on an everyday carry. But to have that flipper disappear like that, look what that does to the choil. It's just, it's very, very impressive. And then more importantly, the 3.5 inch Wharnclife, I think looking at the blade styles that I've looked at, I came real close to getting a slicer when they started hitting the stores. I love the slicer blade. It's a little bit thinner. But then I started thinking, I've got a good collection of Hinderers. They're not made to be thinned out, slicey knives. They're designed to be hard working knives. And I can always send them to my buddy, my brother, Dave, and have him make them as slicey as they'd ever want to be. But the Hinderer XM-18 Wharnclife, let's get a couple of quick size comparisons to some regular knives, like the Benchmade Bug Out. And our Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So it's just a hair, maybe about the same size, maybe an 1/8 of an inch larger than the Para 2, maybe a 1/2 inch larger than the old Bug Out. So let's take our Javon tape measure, and we will see that this is right at an 1/8. And then the handle is going to come in right over 4.5 inches. The blade is going to come in at 3.5 inches. And our cutting edge is going to be a clean 3 inches. The grip where I grab the knife is right, I'm going to say a very safe 4 3/4. From right here to right here is a 4 3/4 inch grip. And for SNGs, i.e. shits and giggles, I've got to get my manual out and figure out how to keep that thing permanently zeroed. So the XM-18 blade stock's 1.6. Scales are 1.6, so 1.6, 1.6, 1.6. And our overall thickness is only over a 1/2 inch at 0.53. So really a great work knife. I'm a huge fan in the Hinderers, and I know A to Z wouldn't do it because he's got one, even though mine's got the frag titanium scales where his are just the crappy smooth ones. I would trade him today for that knife, and you know, he wouldn't do it. So anyways, I'm just thankful that he let me bring it in and share it with you guys. I do ask as a favor, because when I bring in knives, I tell him I'll share his Instagram. If I could just get him to pick up 4 or 5, 6 followers when I review a knife of his, I promise you won't regret it. It's not monetized. I'm not pumping it. I follow it because he gets killer knives in. Today he got in, I was over at his house when he unboxed it, a slim Barber button lock, which I feel major buyer's remorse for not getting that. I would trade my mini Bird Blade Swinging for it right now, same amount of money, but I didn't buy it. But he also picked up and has a couple of MagnaCut American axle manufactured pulses coming in. I'll be able to check out one of those. So y'all do a favor for my buddy, A2Z EDC. Y'all have met him at Blade Show if you've met me at Blade Show. Fantastic human being, a knife collection I go over. I'm about to do a video because of him and his kindness, showing off 3 different Shiros, knives that I don't experience because they're not just necessarily my jam, but that's changed before. So guys, thank you for watching the video again. And if you're so inclined, hit subscribe. If not, that's fine. I love it that you come by and watch the videos. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And always choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.